This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
In today's Compliance Tip of the Day, we take a look at lessons from the Albemarle FCPA Enforcement action. Consequence management. Consequence management includes both holdbacks and clawbacks, but it also asks several other questions, such as, has the company considered the impact of its financial rewards and other incentives on compliance? Has the company evaluated whether the commercial targets are achievable if the business operates within a compliant and ethical manner? What role does the compliance function have in designing and awarding financial incentives at senior levels of the organization? How does the company incentivize compliance and ethical behavior? What percentage of executive compensation is structured to encourage enduring ethical business objectives? Of course, Albemarle engaged in holdbacks as well. What about your remediation during your investigation? The NPA cited several remedial actions by Albemarle, which assisted the company in obtaining its superior result. It strengthens its anti-corruption compliance program by investing in compliance resources, expanding its compliance function with experienced and qualified personnel, and took steps to embed compliance and ethical values at all levels of the business. It transformed its business model and risk management approach to reduce corruption risk in its operation and embed compliance in the business, including implementing a go-to-market strategy that we'll talk about in a moment. And that strategy, of course, is it changed its business model. And this resulted in the elimination of third-party sales agents throughout the company, terminating hundreds of third-party representatives, including distributors and resellers, and shifted to a direct sales model. I'm not going to pretend that doing that's easy, but it's clearly one of the ways that Albemarle addressed its issues. A clawback is a little bit different than a holdback, as a clawback is taking back money which has been previously paid out. Although it is possible to claw money back voluntarily, I would suspect most of the time you'll have to file suit to obtain any paid out monies back. A holdback is where you hold monies that could be paid out as a bonus pending the outcome of the investigation. So if you don't have holdbacks and clawbacks as a policy in your compliance program, I suggest you incorporate them. This month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The compliance tip of the day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.